Hi guys, how's it going? So, it's Saturday, and we got full sun finally. It was cloudy this freaking morning. Our hay's coming in. So, yeah. And yeah, I did get different sunglasses. I'm just trying these out for just to try them out, I guess. I don't know how good they are because there's nothing wrong with my other glasses. It's just that the lenses pop out all the time because it's not a full frame thing. It's just at the top, and I guess it can be nice, you know, because you can pop the lenses out and clean them better, I guess. But it's just yeah, they pop out on you when you're not at least expecting it, or if you happen to touch it the wrong way. So just gonna try these out for a little bit and see how they turn out. But got lots of people talking on the damn radio. So yeah, I was kind of hoping. They're talking 70s now for the next few days. So plans kind of are, because I got to get it done before the hay comes in too much. People are distracting. I got a couple of trees I got to haul, and I was going to do it with the Farm LA, but obviously the A's down, and I can't wait until the A's back up and running to get it done. So we're just going to do it with the Blazer and be done with it. But I don't know. I brought the chainsaw, but I don't know if I'll have to cut them. I just don't know. I haven't looked at them good enough yet to make a call on that. Because maybe I could just hook up to it and pull it out and just call it day done, but I don't want to make 50,000 trips and then you know, because I have to come back and get the saw or whatever, right? So thought I heard an airplane, but not really too sure. Or if that was a Blazer whining away. But yeah, yeah, here it is. I gotta change the oil in this thing sometime this weekend. It'll be, I guess, kind of whenever my uncle gets around. He's the only one that can crawl underneath this freaking thing. I can't. The only way I can do it is I would have to put it up on ramps, and I don't have ramps yet. I've been meaning to buy some ramps. I just haven't done it yet. Harbor Freight has some, but just haven't gotten around to it, and who knows when the hell I will. So it's just I need to be more over this way, I think. So yeah, we'll look at this tree. I don't think I'll have to cut it, but if I have to, I have to. But some tree branches laying here that need to get out of here. So I hear something. So I did check up on the gaming camera as well. Yeah. Oh, good. I don't have to cut this. Nope, I won't have to cut it. That's a good thing then. But yeah, I got this big tree here. This is along the field. Like this little section of bush here doesn't really serve a purpose anymore of being here. It was just unfarmable ground. That's that new hay over there, and then there's some here. Obviously, this is like a little sample field. That's what I've always called it. Because, I mean, if you combine it, there ain't nothing there. It's not like you're going to get a full tank out of that. Not like over there. So, but, yeah. So, but yeah, this tree fell down. And it oversticks the field a little bit. I got two of them. One here. The other one's not really in the way because we don't cut that for hay. I just don't like down trees. So, and then I have the one that's on the trail. But that's not priority right now. I gotta put my stinking receiver hitch in too, so I guess I'll have to set you guys down for a minute. But yeah, so I guess we got some rain. We got up to half inch within 2 days. So I think things are really going to grow now. So come on, let it. So I want to at least get the trees done before the hay gets in too much. Come on, get in there, you bastard. There. So, hopefully my chain's long enough. I did not bring my 25 footer because that's hooked up to the harrow, or the harrow for right now. So I got to make my little one do. Alright, let's see what that'll do. It's not to the way that I like to hook up chains, but it'll be enough to get me out of here to where I can adjust the chain further. But yeah, so it's nice to see a little bit nicer freaking weather. It's supposed to be sunny for the next 3 days. So, but no rain, no. Not really hearing anything. There's no rain for the next like 10 days. So they say. Let's see if this chain will. She's coming, but oh yeah. So maybe we'll just stop here now. Maybe the chain will stay, but oh, I think it'll stay. I think it'll be alright. I think it's got a branch stuck to it, so it's not gonna really. But yeah. So yeah, these trees, they're starting to get their leaves on them, which I guess is a good thing. But they really just need to come out. I wish I had money for a dozer. Like maybe to rent it for a couple of weeks or something. Just to bulldoze these freaking trees down. Because we're never going to plant a crop here. We will just cut it for hay. Yeah, I did hear an airplane coming overhead. Or I think it is. Alright. I'm not going to worry about the little shit too much, but yeah, there it is. So yeah, I think this, and I'll just push that in further. It'll be alright. So I have one more I want to haul, but that's over by the pond. So I really want to shorten this damn chain up, but I think it'll be alright. Screw it. So yeah. And yes, I know I'm wearing my coveralls, but I guess because I thought I'd be cutting, but I guess not. So, but yeah, so we got that half inch of rain there over 2 days. It was needed. We're still going to need way more than that, obviously. And I think it's down by like Oklahoma or whatever, those areas. I think that one guy I watch on YouTube, he said that they got up to 8 inches of rain, and you know, of course, massive flooding and everything's going on over there. Yeah, I don't think I'd want 8 inches of rain all at once, but we do need the 8 inches of rain, just not at, you know, at once. If we would get another half inch, you know, within the next maybe couple of weeks, then that'll be an inch. But little branches and shit that needs to be cleaned up, I guess. But yeah, we just need more rain. That's really all we need. We're getting the heat now, which is a good thing. Things will really start to take off, even just in the 70s. I think there is a couple days they're talking maybe even in the low 80s, like 80 degrees or 81 degrees, something like that. So that'll really wake stuff up too. The trees are already starting to bloom already, getting their leaves on them. So yeah, that's another thing I got to do too. I keep forgetting, Rusty 6, I got to make your other video. Now's the time to do it. I don't know if I'll get around. Today would be a good day to do it, but so will tomorrow, because the sun will be out. So I'm gonna go look at this tree since I'm here. It's not really in the way of anything, I just don't like it being down. So this is what I'd be using the A for right now if it wasn't broke down after knocking the cow pies down, which I never got to finish. I was gonna knock the cow pies down and then come down here and pull these 2 trees. So that was really the only thing that was on the to-do list for today, besides check my gaming cameras. So, but whatever. So this one's going to be a little more work, I think, for the Blazer, but I think it'll do it. There was there was 4 deer. Yeah, this one's going to make the Blazer work a little bit, but it's got to come out. Not that we cut this area, but it's obviously been dead. It's been dead for a while, but it's got to come out. So it'll be easy to hook up to it because it's up a little bit. So a couple of good wraps and then yank on her. But yeah, we lost another tree back in there a couple of years ago. This is the next kind of thing I wouldn't mind doing. It's not going to make any sense right now. But I got to get on it because it's easy to get to it right now. What I want to do, well, there's some geese down in there. I want to clean out this section. So what I want to do, this is almost like there. I don't think there was ever a road here. It just never had any trees. But I want to clean all of these trees out, right? Because what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to come down in here with the cutter, and then we'll be able to just kind of go back out. Yeah, you're only going to dip in here, I suppose 2 or 3 rounds. Well, 16 feet per round. I guess if the young guy does it, if I do it, it'll be with whatever I have at the time. I'm looking at a couple of hay binds right now. There's one that's not too far from here, but I think the reel took a little bit of damage, so I don't know if the reel would be fixable if I could find a new. It's not totaled, but it's just one section's got a big dent in it. I suppose because they hit a log or something, so they fucked it up. But this is what I would like to kind of work on next after the fence line. So that way we could come in here and then kind of just dip out. It's not going to give you much, but I suppose with time, I guess I could slowly chew away at this and then we'd be coming in here. But it's not going to be a crazy amount, but because there's not a lot of trees in here, so this would be easy to, you know, I have to clean the trash out, take these bushes down, which they were over here. You can see it now. There was some here, but the young guy's kid took them out. He's not going to probably go any further than that because he doesn't know what's in there. It's all just trash. So, but that's kind of what I like to do, is I would like to start working on this little section, clean it out. Again, just a little bit here and there every year. The fence line is probably going to take a couple more years, obviously, but I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with those big monster trees yet. I think it would be better just to have a stump grinder, just so you can grind the stump away and not have to ever deal with it again. But I don't know. And then over here too, kind of want to clean this out just a little bit. There's trees that are trying to grow out. They need to come down. But a little bit that's over there would probably be easier to deal with than this, because over there it's just a few small trees that I could take out and then job done. That's just to control it so they don't try to grow more and grow out. So, because you got to stop that. If you don't control it, you know, you're just going to lose more land. You know, with time, you'll lose a couple of feet. So, and for us, a couple of feet matters. So, like I said, I don't know what the land looked like, you know, even when the great grandparents bought it, you know, so I don't know if I imagine they did a little bit of tree control, but probably not much. Probably just if they saw something that was gonna endanger the fence or cattle, then you know, that's what they dealt with. But if they just saw a tree out in the middle of a field or something, they probably didn't really deal with it. You know, I mean, the hay field, you know, yeah, I don't know. So, but yeah, I did find a picture I know I don't know if I talked about it or not. I think I did, but I know I've talked about it a couple times. Yeah. The one picture I think I found it, but I don't know. I think it's saved on my computer. I'd have to look again, but I'll try to overlay it. But I think you can kind of see where the first bush was here along the old fence line. And then all the bushes along the way. But I did find a satellite picture, or picture taken from above. I don't know. It's could have been of last year. I don't know, because it's not under the Google map. It was under a different map that I have. I have another map that's on my phone. It just comes with the phone, free. But it's actually a little bit better than Google Maps, surprisingly. But it shows the fence line. Now, this was already deleted, but it still shows where the bush was in the ditch. And then the grass kind of beyond that. So if I show that, you'll kind of see, again, just how much fence we've gained, or how much hay we've gained. I mean, you look at it now. Of course, I know you guys ain't even looking at it because you ain't seeing what I'm seeing. But we've gained. I mean, I don't want to say we've gained a lot of ground, but we've gained some ground, at least some extra bit of hay now. Going to come in handy, I think, this year if we don't get much more rain. I guess something's telling me we're going to be kind of in a drought. We're already in a slight drought now because apparently we didn't have much for snowfall, which is horse shit. But I think it's just the fact that the snow's only going to do so much, and I think the grass is already drinking that up. That's hence why it's probably growing so well. And then that half inch that we got on top of all that. But the heat's going to slow down, if we don't get more rain. I like nice gentle showers. We don't need anything crazy, but we need, at least a half inch to an inch every couple of weeks. Because believe it or not, we're already in May, right? So May and June, so really only 2 months we have. Because then in July, the hay's, it's going to start going on the ground. Ours will probably be kind of last, but so you might gain another week or two from July until whenever the young guy gets here, because he doesn't get here right on. Well, when the old timer used to do it, he was here right after July 4th, no matter what. So, but since now we're dealing with the young guy, he's got hundreds of acres of his own land to cut every year, and he's got a lot of roadside. And those people bitch because they don't mind him cutting the hay and baling it, but they don't want him leaving the bales there on the side of the road in the ditch. So I guess if a car should hit him, then I guess whatever. But so he has to actually bale that and then get those bales off as soon as possible. So he's kind of got a lot of dicking around to do, as well. So, but that's why our hay kind of gets cut a little bit later now. And of course, then it depends on all the weather too. If you get a lot of rain and stuff and it doesn't shut off, that just slows him down because he can't get nothing cut, can't get nothing to dry, can't bale it. So our hay just sits and waits. Now, if I was me cutting it, I would still have to wait, but it's just the fact that I would be out. I think right after July 4th, I'd be out cutting right away and just being done with it. If the weather is good enough, like if we get, a week or two of no sun or no rain, then I'd be out here cutting. So, but that hay bind that I was looking at, that was a Case International. It's a 14 foot. I think I'd rather have a 16 foot, but I don't know. The young guy says a 14 foot might be better. He says that it is better if you're dealing with really thick hay. So like last year when we had like 190 bales, well, the hay was super thick and tall. So he says a 14 foot would have been better there because the windrows would have been smaller. Therefore, it would have dried out quicker. Yeah, there would have been more, but if you could get it to dry out really quick, you could just double them and then be done with it. But he does a 16 foot because he's got so much hay that he's got to cut hay, so he's got to get it down quick. So, and he's already so damn busy as it is, you know. That's why I want to get our own. Young guy recommends to get a disc bind. He says they cut the hay. They can handle thick hay really well, and I think even if it's slightly damp, it'll still slice through it. Whereas the mower he's got, it's got the sickles and it goes back and forth, right? Well, they don't like wet hay. It'll just chew it instead of cutting it. So, but unfortunately, the one I was looking at was just a regular hay bind. So, which would have been fine for me because, you know, it's only 14 feet. So, you know, crap, I shouldn't have come across the dirt. The grass is, I think it's mostly just weeds, but shit, I think I'm tearing it up. Yeah, crap, I tore it up. I didn't want to tear that up anymore. I'll have to remember that. I'm trying to not drive on that dirt where I tore it up a couple of years ago because I'm trying to get the grass to grow back in. But the freaking trees, they tear it up, you know, like a chisel plow. So there goes a John Deere tractor. Looks like it's got a harrow on it. So, but yeah, so there might even be another one that comes here. I don't know. Usually there's like 4 or 5 of them at a time, but so I think another thing that kind of needs to happen here, if we don't get cattle on the ground ever, which, I mean, I want to do it, but my uncle doesn't want to do it. My grandma doesn't want it done, but I want to do it. But I'm not going to just shove my cow here all by herself. That'll be because they're going to want to stick together. So, but the problem is that there's a lot of this old grass that's still here, and this will be here all summer long. That's not going to rot down quick enough. But that kind of mixes in with the old hay, and it kind of makes it harder to cut it too. So really, you have 2 options. You can either let cattle down here, let them graze what they can, or you brush hog it. Yeah, I knew there was going to be another one coming. There comes another one now. There's usually at least 2 or 3 of these things that come. Another John Deere tractor with a harrow on it. So I'm going to go around this spot because I don't want to tear it up. But yeah, I don't know. So there was another one. So I don't know if you can see it. There it is. There might even be 1 or 2 more yet. I don't know. That's already 2. So, but you can see the hay's coming in kind of nice. The field's starting to green up, which is really nice to see. I'm just more concerned about now how much of this shit are we going to get? Like, how is it going to grow, you know? Because if we don't get a lot of rain, you know, then that's kind of the problem. That's going to be a problem. But it needs to shut off by frickin' July. Like, sometimes it won't do that. It'll keep raining until the end of frickin' July. And once you get into August, the hay's old. It's I mean, the cows will still eat it, I think, but it's not easy to cut. Then it really gets hard to cut it, because we've had to do that a couple of times already. It was a pain in the ass to cut it. Because you're freaking like in the lowest gear you got, and you're just crawling your way across the freaking field to try to even get the shit cut. So, but I don't know. But it'll be nice for whatever little bit of a fence line that we did clear out. It's not going to add much, but it'll add a little bit. So every little bit counts. So what are you gonna do? So, but yeah, I guess, guys, I'm gonna probably take off. Probably make another video maybe later tonight or something, just kind of like another little vloggy video. But I just want to get these freaking trees out of here. So, but yeah, that's what's going on. So hay's coming in nice. I guess it doesn't look that nice on camera because of how the camera balances the lighting. If I had it flipped the other way, you'd probably be able to see a little nicer. But it's greening up, and that's all that matters. But I mean, I would say by the middle of May, if we don't get another shot of rain by the end of May, I would be highly concerned then, because you know, you need rain to get this shit to grow. Now, of course, we don't want 7,000 feet of, you know, rain, but we need something. That little half-inch that we got plus the snow melt, well, it'll do something. So, but the problem is too is that it's going to be in the 70s and even in the 80s, full sun for the next 3 days, which will warm the ground up really nice. But they're saying that the humidity is going to be really low. Actually, today it's going to be the worst. They actually got you in for like some kind of advisory or thing or whatever, just to be really careful when you're burning, because everything's going to be so dry. And they actually kind of recommend not to really burn if you can get away with not doing it. And then it could be wind gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. I think so far I've seen 15 mile an hour. That's the gusts, but you got to have some wind too, or it's just going to be kind of miserable. But yeah, at least we're getting some hay. Looks better up along the dike though. So, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. So, but anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. I'm going to go get rid of these trees. I got one more to come and get rid of that. And then we have the one on the trail, which I don't know when I'll ever get around to that. I imagine the trail's still mud because of that half-inch of rain. So that might be a couple of weeks yet before I'm back on it. I'll probably check it after. I might look at it tomorrow, see what tomorrow brings. I'm not going to pull it out. I think I'm just going to cut it up into little pieces and then just throw it over the side. That way I don't have to freaking deal with it. I could have done it with these two, just cut them up and throw them back in the bush, but it's just, in all reality, it's faster just to do this. So, but anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. So I guess I have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.